I handed it over to the county, but now it's not working. I mean, it doesn't. It works 24 hours. Yeah, but I installed that. It was in 2008, right? Now this is a small medical facility. At the top there is NGAAF Huruma, which is an old people's home. An old people's home. And there's enough land here for us to do other projects if we want to partner with the county. Actually, I saved this land from going. This land from the bottom here all the way to the gate, this side was already allocated to someone. Right. So when I found out and I found it, I couldn't make headways with the governor.
So it's a county land?
Yes, it's county land. But I made headways with NGAAF and the NLC. So we managed to stop it, retrieve the old file, and then I was allocated this section to do the safe house. So it took us 3 years to find a piece of land to do a safe house. We really wanted one, and COVID actually made us realize that we need to have a safe space. So this one, Governor Sakaja has been here. He said he will make it into a level 3 or 4 hospital so that you have a facility next to the safe house. We have a police station down the road. That's another requirement of a safe house, that you have a police station nearby. So we have a police station. Now this was a partnership between myself and Nairobi County. I was supposed to build the safe house. Nairobi County is supposed to do the outside parking and also do the perimeter wall and the plumbing system from outside into the building. So Governor Sakaja says his teams will be here and they will start the job soon. So we can go in and we have a quick prayer.
So it's still under construction?
Yes, it is. It is under construction.
Something ready.
No, and then we have to look for partners. We have to look for
safety.
No, when we're going in, we'll wear the safety gear. We don't have to wear it now. I think we can just sit and then the CS can get a presentation. Where are the drawings? They're inside in the site room.
So we go
inside.
fast.
We go in.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go in.
All right.
Yellow. Hata Oris amejua. Ameleta helmets ya yellow. Ulijua serikali inaingia. I think we could start, before we start the tour, we could just start with a simple prayer. Because you're here, and just all right, let me lead since I'm the one who say a prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for our country, our government, our people. We thank you for all the projects that we're doing to make the lives of our people better. We thank you for this project that we're doing in Nairobi County to help sexually gender-based abused women, men and children. We ask that you bless the project till its finality. And we thank you for the CS finding the time to come here and tour the project. We thank you for the contractor, the teams at Public Works and NGAAF. We ask for your blessings. In Jesus' name we pray. Sawa, tuweke Mungu mbele ndio tuanze. Okay. Oris and the architect. So when the money is from Public Works, when we get this contract, the first decree was done by Nairobi County because it was their land. Then we were told that it has to be done by Public Works. So we engaged Public Works. We did the first tender. Public Works says it had a lot of emissions. We had to repeat. We did the second tender. When they did the terrain, they realized that there was a problem with the soil. So they had to create a basement. It was the cheapest solution that Public Works came up with. So we had a variation. And then there was an omission of the dining room and the kitchen. Yeah. So this is the reception area. So here now is
Get the engineer to take us through.
Yes. That's the
That is the steps.
Why did you put it here at the entrance like this?
There was a problem when we were in the other side.
Huh?
Okay, it was coming up to the
frontage.
What?
So we had to change. The headroom was, we had complication with the headroom.
Okay, because I never saw this in the drawing. Because this is supposed to be the reception area where you receive the.
Yeah, this is the reception area.
Yeah, so now when you have a staircase in the middle of the reception area, because I haven't been here for 2-3 months and I didn't see this variation.
It was there in the previous building. It did not change.
So this is the reception of the 2 rooms?
Yes, the
Are
two
the
rooms.
counseling rooms?
Yeah. We did change that.
Huh?
It was supposed to be workshop, but
It was supposed to be?
Laundry area. Laundry.
not there, but we changed that.
Uh-huh.
So we do want the waiting rest to be here. So we'll find a use for that. Either storage, and also some of the bus.
Okay, as I said, Public Works, we've gone through omissions and changes as we move along. I think we'll just get to the reception. You know, with our tradition, we don't sit under staircases for any figure. Yeah. So I would assume, you see, I think there will be some counseling rooms. I believe that the best, I think the best thing would be that when they come in, they can, because it's private, they come in and there's already counselors here, and there's a door, so there should be counseling rooms. They can't be anything else.
Storage of the power.
Okay. All right. So I see them coming to the reception and then being taken into the counseling room and then admitted. So these 2, I see them. Kimani, I see these 2 being counseling rooms. You know, once we bring in the experts from Nairobi County, they will guide us on how we are allocating each room for what.
They're very small.
But we have bigger ones.
With the drawings, eh?
Normally, as you've said, when they receive the first room, is the counseling room.
Yes, exactly, So this is
You
like
can
a
start-
Maybe you can say, we can change with this.
this
We
is
have a certain some offices.
Ground.
In this floor, this is a ground floor. We have some offices also.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, for the administration, the people who are running the safe house. So, once they complete it, I think I'm bringing Nairobi County here, and then we'll get some expert advice so that they can guide us on how to allocate the rooms, right? But when it came from the drawing, because it's the first big safe house, we don't have one like this in Kenya. Right.
True.
So the others have just taken a house, you put men here, women here. So now we're having a complete structure. So there's going to be a lot of learning. It's going to be a lot of learning for all of us. Right. So where are your drawings? Are they in this room?
Yeah.
So this is the only staircase to go upstairs.
No, we have this one. The other wing. The other one, there's a certain one. The other wing.
Probably we can have a better.
You have 3 levels, sir. That's the basement. That's the lower ground. The ground floor is first floor. On the basement, we'll be having 10 rooms. The kitchen, the dining, and other utilities. On the ground floor, we have 19 rooms, 5 counseling rooms, and 2 number caregivers rooms for the 1-bedroom units. On the first floor, we'll be having 22 rooms, 4 number counseling rooms, and also 2 number caregivers rooms. These are the caregivers rooms on the side. These are the rooms. In total, we shall be having 51 rooms with 2 occupancy for each room. That comes to around 102 survivors. 102.
102.
102. Yeah. These are the 3D. That's a 3D. The artistic view for the rooms. This is the rear view from the other side. This is the aerial view when you view from the top. The side view, you view from the other side. Because we will also be having a theoretical garden. So, that excavated area.
Yes.
Enjoy the sun, and it's all enclosed.
Yeah. We also have this is the artistic impression for the front view.
So, okay, all right. So we go this way. We're following you.
Yeah.
So is this the one that's the staircase into the basement?
Yeah.
This one and there's another one inside. Still, another one, but can go deeper.
You have to understand. That's the other side.
You don't have to go. You don't have to go. You don't have to.
Orange, what is coming on this?
Okay,
Give us light.
yes.
Go down here, we have
The
it.
basement.
These
Yeah.
are dining area.
Okay.
On the side is the kitchen. So these are the rooms.
So this will be covered with glass.
Yes.
So that they can get light. Because remember, it's the terrain that made it. It would have been very expensive if we had to remove it all to find the rock. So we decided to utilize that space and save money. 'Cause,
Did you consider having a ramp for disabled?
yes, we have a disabled ramp.
Okay. You need to consider that.
You have to.
You don't.
It's not there in the drawing. From the outside, we have it. No, we have it from the outside. So anybody disabled or PWD will be on the ground floor. So when you enter the building, there's already a ramp. But going up, we will not have disabled people upstairs. No. Disabled people will only be on the ground floor. Yeah. Yeah.
Which will have the provision of a ramp.
Yes, yes. From the entrance all the way to the ground floor, you have no problem with access. So we actually looked at that and we thought ground floor, because there was no space in the drawing to go up with the ramp. It's too expensive to put an elevator. So we decided any admission of persons living with disability will be on the ground floor. They will be prioritized on the ground floor. And then we have 2 wings on both sides. On every floor, including the basement. So on both sides, we will have men, women. So depending on your admission and children. Yeah. So if you have a lot of admissions, then we will have them on the. We separate the genders, right? So men can be on the first floor, women on the second floor. Women on the ground floor, men on the first floor. Yeah. And then children will be on this floor with the women. Yeah. It depends on what you're meeting. But right now, Nairobi has a huge need. We have over 5,000 cases every year, and there are only survivors who have got safe houses, right? And all of them are just houses. So they in the houses they also separate. Shopko have got one in Kibra. Yeah, Shopko have got one in Kibra, but that's shortlets. You know, you stay there for three months maximum until you're reintegrated or you're moved. Yeah. So where?
Ground floor, you can walk inside. This floor, you go like this and you can see the room.
Where do you want to go? So just to show you that there's all kind of going on. In a safe house, you accommodate everyone.
We can consider another.
No, you can't separate
Like
them.
this is it. You know, not like office or anything else, but you bring it like this. So we have this unit, something like in this side, the other one there's another wing. So there's like a two. So we have another room here. It still is
Basically,
like
counseling rooms.
then we have a washroom.
One washroom, 2.
No, these are going to be like for disabilities.
Yeah.
Then we have another one here.
This is all places in the world. We have everyone, because they're all suffering the same predicament, whether male or female children.
We have one here, another one at the other end. Like emergency exit.
So we have 102 rooms.
Yes.
Carrying like how many people?
It's 50 rooms.
Is each I mean you have
50.
one room can carry like two
Two beds.
The room
It's 2 beds.
Yeah, 2 beds. But sorry?
Oh, it's 50 rooms with 2 each.
Yeah, it was 2 each.
That's about
That is
100.
100 plus.
Yeah.
So at any one time you can have 100 people, but if you have more, let's say you have more females and you have them on the different wings, you can't go from one wing to the other. Then what we'll do is we'll work with the other providers in the city.
Yeah.
So that if we have, let's say, 80 women, then if we get a man who's been sodomized and he needs a safe house, then that man will probably send him to a neighboring. We partner together. You know, it's a network of survivors. So the network of survivors. This project will not succeed without civil society, because they're the ones who have a survivors network, and then the Nairobi County, and then of course. You know, us, we're the provider of the structure. Yeah, yeah. And the county is also investing. They've invested the land. They're doing the parking, and they're also going to do the perimeter wall. Yeah, and they're going to upgrade that.
So how much time do we need to completion?
Yes, Oris, when are we completing?
So probably by December it will be final and everything.
By December we'll be handing over. Yeah, and then what we're doing, I'm looking for each room to be sponsored by a private sector. So when you walk into this room, you'll see this room has been sponsored by Safaricom. So we tell them what is the cost of furnishing, and it's sponsored by Safaricom. This one is sponsored by APSA. This one is sponsored by different sponsors. So that we.
But now this is fully funded by
only the structure. Only the structure.
Yeah.
Okay. And the furnishings inside, we have not budgeted for that. It's only the structure.
Okay.
So we've got the structure, which is also a partnership. We're doing the main building, and Nairobi County is doing the parking and the perimeter wall. And then we are also going to look for partners, like when women have said that they might help us out with the furniture. Yeah. So we'll need partners to help us with the furniture. Yeah. So once we're in a position where I can bring them in to have a look, they've already made some pledges, but they need to see the complete structure, the garden, and then when we commission it, that's when we then get the furnishings coming. Yeah.
The county will do the staffing?
Yes, staffing is. That's why GAAF does not cater for recurring expenditure. So the reason why we partner with Nairobi County and we have an MOU with them is so that they will now take over and now run it as a safe house, proper safe house. And then you see, if we have a situation where you don't have any abused women or men coming in for a week or so, you could also use it for drug rehabilitation, keeping them here and getting them through withdrawals, because it's a safe space. A safe space can be used for anything. It's wellness. You could also use it for mental health. Pick up a few people and then you give them counseling on mental health. Yeah, you could also use it for. There are so many other areas you could use it, but the primary reason is sexual gender-based violence. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So for me, it was just so that you see, because we saved money over 3 years.
This is impressive.
Money.
Yeah.
This one? No, it's this one it's the reception area. I don't know if there was another way to do this. Money, you can't take the whole reception area. This is the reception area with the stairs.
Unless you do want to put this, because like this stairs, I did it 3 times. We do panel as the GAAF, the first meeting of GAAF, they came here, they recommend first turning like this, I turn it, and I cast it. When we came, that cannot work. So the only option is here, is to do a kind of like 2 rooms. So if it be ready to sacrifice,
Yeah,
rooms, then we can.
Which 2 rooms will you do away with?
This place.
Yeah, it's better. You can't have the staircase in the reception. Yeah, you can't have the staircase in the reception. And even this place.
already have a proposal for
Yeah, but you see, this is okay. You know, the thing is, this is our reception area. And it's very important that it's airy, it's spacious, you have sofa sets for people to sit, for their book. So which rooms are you going to do away with? This one. And then you'll find your way up, and then you close this, or you leave it with a glass.
No,
With a glass.
we just leave so that if there's a, like for example, if there's a finishing, maybe people can set to put a beach and a here.
No, but let me ask you something. People from out there, so when I kuanguka chini,
We'll have grills.
you have grills.
We'll have grills.
Stairs iko sawa, tunaweza kupanda. Yes, let's go to the back one, you see. So you can climb up. So dining hall. Oris, don't come up here. Oris.
The wood stairs, yeah.
Huh?
The wood stairs.
Yes.
Okay.
At least I have now the.
Yeah. But you see, it's been such a learning curve because we went to Afghanistan to their safe house. That's when we discovered that they just have a small room, left and right, men and women, and we couldn't find anything that could give us an idea. And so I remember when I was in Greece, they've also just built a safe house recently because they're having a lot of abuse and femicide in Greece. So I've got to try and go and tour it. We didn't have an example. So we are starting something without any somebody to give us something to be able to come up with a safe house. All we know is that we need to have a space for children, a space for men, a space for women, PWDs, and we know that we have to have counseling rooms. We know we have to have a play area, TV rooms, so that they can be able to relax. We have a garden, a Zen garden. So I think this will be the one that will inform the challenges here, even housing. When we went to Park Road to visit the housing project, we discovered so many things there were so many omissions. Recently we went to visit Githurai market. We discovered that the whole market has no windows. The only windows, they have glass, no windows that can open to ventilate. The only windows they put in Githurai market was in the offices. So you see, I think we learn as we go. We're learning as we go. Like
So this is our innovation.
Yes.
And we are going
Coming
to
up with a
improve on
safe
it.
house.
Okay.
Pioneer.
It's a pioneer project because everybody else has just taken a residential house. You saw the one Wamushomba had done a drug rehabilitation center.
And the one in Bungoma,
Yeah, it is also.
their idea.
Yeah.
It's a safe house as well. For how many people?
For the occupation is around 50 or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, we should actually compare notes. They come and benchmark with us. We benchmark with them, and then we
it's
see.
ready. We need to operationalize it.
I think we need also to engage public
These are
works.
public works.
Yeah, so that they can now develop something standard.
Exactly.
Out of the challenges that
Yes,
we've
yes.
experienced here,
Can you
we're going to
imagine?
improve on it.
Yeah.
The terrain was a big problem. That we forgot. The city council did the first drawing. No dining room, no kitchen.
Faith was working on some guidelines as well.
We have guidelines
Yeah.
on standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to engage these people seriously so that they can develop a plan. Yeah.
So
they
yeah,
get to-
Faith. So maybe somebody
Like
could
the one
share
that
it
we
with
did
us,
in Huduma.
and we share it with them.
Yeah, the way
Yeah.
Huduma is.
Yeah. You know now Huduma is standard. Yes.
It's like even when you go to a Java or you go to a
Java.
KFC,
Yeah.
it's standard.
Yeah.
You have the model,
yes.
but you see now we didn't have anything to work with. We didn't have a model to work with.
UN Women with the State Department have developed that just recently.
So what we can do is we can adapt where we can,
Yes.
so that we
That
don't.
is why we have these people to think for us.
Absolutely.
Well, we are doing a lot of work.
We're the ones thinking.
Yeah, imagine.
So this is a slum.
Down here.
It's a big slum. But of course, it's called.
Which slum is this?
Yeah, it's a slum. It's been here for ages, and Runda supports it somehow. But we need to also figure out how we can do proper housing for them so that they can also be upgraded, because they've lived like this for too long. But the governor has been here. We saw it. So there's more land. We can look at what other areas we need, like cerebral palsy.
Yes.
And autism. I've met, and this is.
What's the acreage?
It's about 5 acres. But the whole of this area was it was almost 30, 40 acres.
Then
and
what
it was
happened?
been hived out quite a cycle. So
GL?
now, huh?
It was jail. I mean, it
No,
is
it
jail.
was Nairobi County's land.
Okay.
Right, so there you have the slum, the informal settlement, but it's going all the way to there, and then there's a bypass coming, right? But there's something else we need. We need a halfway home.
Okay.
A halfway home is a home from when you're treated from drug rehabilitation and mental health. Your family doesn't want you because you've already tortured them so much, and then autism. So if we have a halfway home. Somewhere here, we can then intermarry the two, so that if you have a cerebral palsy home here, for instance, and you've been sexually abused and you're feeling so bad, you go now and see the most people who are more vulnerable than you, then your healing becomes better because now you see
yeah.
that your pain is worst case. So they've seen that when you match the two, you match one predicament with another, you're able to get faster healing. So I feel that this in the end will be called a wellness center, like the one. Have you been to Mrs. Jordan's wellness center? No. Okay, when she comes in, I'll arrange we go and see it. She's done an amazing wellhouse center. She was given land by USIU. So she's the first one who started thinking of a wellness center to help even middle class affluent people and then support the community. Yeah. So we are going to complement each other. She will send us people,
yes,
and from her resources, because now she's catering for the upmarket as well. Yeah. So I don't think. Yeah. So now Kibani, what are you going to do with this bit in terms of tree?
They're saying when you're doing the landscaping, you should take care of this. Do what you're doing.
So our garden will be down there.
Yes.
That room
and
is not
this
being
also will also serve as a parking.
Yes. Yeah. And then we
for
have to do
ambulance.
the
The
perimeter wall.
ambulance is supposed to come through there. I told them not to take these trees because they were the only trees that were so the ambulance will come there. Yeah, and that would be our gate. So maybe see if you can do anything with it.
But I think also Sakaja show commitment.
He's been here. He told me to wait for the financial year to come in. And right now he doesn't want to work with contractors. He's got his in-house teams. The water, Nairobi Water will come and sort out the water. The in-house teams will come and sort out the parking. But then of course you've got to be here too. But you know, it is such a shame that we've gone through all these variations because even me justifying to the board that the terrain, these are things we can't give away between 1.3 billion the market because of the terrain. So what I'm saying is when the governor comes here, you should be able to tell him this is the landscape. This is how it's supposed to be. Because right now, when I see this wall, I'm also worried that wondering what's going to happen. I'm here tomorrow with the deputy governor.
All right.
I'm bringing him here tomorrow. Yeah. But I feel that it's going to be a good space. All people's homes. Do you want to stop by and just say no? Not really. Jared, are we ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Huh?
We are ready, yes, sir.
You're ready, yes, I guess. You're ready. So we can just proceed. But the old people at home, who's your visitors?
Asante sana Rose.
Why shouldn't I at least give a comment on this, Waziri? Yes.
Tunataka tuseme nini? Tumekuja kuangalia mijengo.
Tuambie tu labda ziara yako ya kuangalia mjengo huu kama serikali kuu, labda mna mpango upi labda kusaidia pia kaunti kuhakikisha kwamba mijengo kama hii inaweza ikakuwa kwa urahisi?
First of all, I want to commend the good work and effort by the women rep, Madam Esther Pasaris. She's doing a fantastic job here. Very, very impressive. And I want to say that maybe the general public should know that the government of Kenya is part of the Generation Equality Forum and are leading the Action Coalition on gender-based violence. And as a country, we committed in 2021 on 12 commitments on gender-based violence. And under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, early this year, he recommitted on the implementation of the 12 commitment, and one is on the through NGAAF establishment of safe spaces or other shelters. And Mheshimiwa Esther Pasari has actually started, and she has taken the lead. That is why I'm here, and I'm so much impressed with the effort. And my good CEO here and the chair, I want to also appreciate your support to my sister and women rep for Nairobi. Kwa hivyo tunasonga mbele, government iko na plan, we have a whole plan, and we are looking mostly on the 22 counties that are red spots and matters GBV and FGM. So I think tukiwa na vitu kama hizi, shelters kama hizi, zitatusaidia sana. I've had my sister here saying that they got many cases of GBV, more than 1,000 a day here in Nairobi alone. So you can imagine how serious this issue is. And as a government, I think we have our challenges, and one big challenge is inadequate resources. But through our partners and NGAAF, you know, NGAAF now have a very big allocation. So I think tutaendelea kushirikiana. Yeah, so mimi nimekuja na nimejionea Esther anafanya kazi nzuri sana na tutazidi kumshika mkono. Yeah, asante sana. Hiyo tu.
Sasa sema kitu kidogo tu haya.
No, mine is to say that we've got a lot of ailments in the county, and our resources, I mean, we're very grateful that we got a billion shilling extra for the women reps, but when you spread it across the entire county, it's a drop in the ocean, and our mandate on marginalized citizens is really, really high. But you know, if we put even the little that we're given, if we use it well, then we're able to leave something for posterity. You know, we can do small projects, like we give posho meals, we give TV centers, we give sewing machines, but we wanted as Nairobi County to give something substantial, a structure that could actually help, because during COVID we realized that there was an increase in domestic violence and there was no safe space for people to go. This will also double up as a wellness center, it can also double up as a halfway home, it could also help with rehabilitation depending on the need of the time. We're hoping that one day our youth and our men and even our women, because we also know that there are men who suffered gender-based violence. We're hoping that we'll reach a point where society has zero gender-based violence, and then we can deal with other ailments like cerebral palsy, mental health, drug use and abuse. So for us, it's just having a place that is provided and managed and run by government. And I'm really happy that Governor Sakaja has embraced the project, because we signed it with Governor N. Kananu, and he is going to do his part, which is to basically upgrade the hospital nearby and ensure that he does the perimeter wall and he does the parking and the water provisions. So we hope that by December we'll be able to launch the project and start inviting visitors, customers, clients, whoever will need to use the survivors, whoever will need to use the facility. And we're partnering with CSOs in Nairobi, and we really have to thank the CSOs. You know, the people who have suffered gender-based violence, the Survivors Network under Wangu Kanja Foundation have really brought survivors all over the country together, and they provide the safe spaces. So the government had that gap, Nairobi County has passed the relevant laws, and together with the Senate, we'll pass additional budgets. Once we have one, eventually we also have to look into all people's homes, because this generation that we have right now is 70% youth. In 40, 50 years, they'll be aged. What have we providing for them to be able to be accommodated? So for me, I'm just happy that the government is providing the resources. So what I want to tell everybody out there, lipeni ushuru, kwa sababu ni ushuru ndio itajenga Kenya. Asante.
And you know, we only have 54 safe houses in across the country, but this will be of its kind, to be honest, because out of 54 which are privately owned, the government has only 2. So I think Esther, this was a well thought idea, and one of the biggest out of the 54. So I still encourage the women reps, our partners, and I want also to thank Governor Sakaja for coming through. So we are looking forward to make a difference. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What is the capacity of the? What is the capacity of this?
102.
It's going to be the total project cost will be about 100 million plus. Yeah. When you look at NGAAF and Sakaja and furnishings, it will be over 100 million.